in the studio, wearing Pyeongchang shirt. Melissa is in the studio wearing Pyeongchang 2018 shirt.
It is the Olympics.
That's the Winter Olympic shirt.
But it's still the Olympics.
How many years ago was that?
2018.
Wow.
Pyeongchang 2018. Come on, go into Pyeongchang 2018 was one of the coolest things I've done in my whole life.
Okay, so what went through my mind was like, cool, she's wearing Pyeongchang 2018. I'm like, that was 6 years ago. You still have that?
Come on. You got it.
I'm really surprised that it's still white though, like the shirt color.
Yeah, see? I'm a clean person and I appreciate today you're in Busan.
Yeah,
Busan shirt.
Busan
and I am in my Pyeongchang 2018 because Olympics, come on, the Olympics are going on.
It is still
going
on.
What a perfect time to wear my Pyeongchang shirt for all the haters out there like David who are like, oh, it's so old. Why don't you throw it away?
I'm just throwing my opinion there. All right. Well, I guess we're going to be talking about Olympics today.
Yes. This is very exciting. And of course, we're going to add in some ridiculous controversies to it. Because, you know, that's what we do. In this segment, we discuss seemingly mundane parts of the average Busan resident's life. And, of course, break down ridiculous controversies today. Maybe Olympic controversies surrounding them. And, of course, we want to hear your views.
Exactly. So if you have Baekwan, you can send in your messages to pound 9050, shop 9050. You can also comment for free on our YouTube live chat, or you can text us via Kakao Talk by adding us as a friend and chat with me there. We've had lots of people tuning in, saying hi to you, and also saying or asking you a question. Okay, I'm going to read this one first. It's just a comment saying, Melissa, 머리 위 bunny 흔들려요. Your bun? Now I have a question. Is it real hair? Or is it like an attachment?
It is real hair.
Just wanted to ask.
Is it real hair? That's the first time I've ever been asked that. Okay.
똑같은 헤어스타일이라서요. 이게 헤어핀일 수도 있잖아요.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen some of those, but you know, they never match the color of my hair because my hair is described not really positively. It's either considered a dirty blonde or a mousy blonde. Dirty blonde doesn't mean I don't wash my hair. I wash my hair every single day. But don't smell my hair.
I can smell it from here.
Because of the color, right? And so because the color is not like a bright blonde naturally, then I can't match any of those like fake bun hair accessories
but
you're
those are
talking
real,
about.
Right? Yeah.
This is real.
Nice.
And so that's why every day it looks a little different because, you know, some days hair cooperates. Some days my hair is like, nope, I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to do what I want to do, which is not cooperate with you.
And it just becomes lighter or darker?
Well, the bun becomes nicer or uglier in terms of its shape.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Depending on how you styled it, right? Yes, nice Pyeongchang shirt. A lot of people commenting about that as well.
See? People like it. Pyeongchang.
Okay.
2018.
Nice. Which, I guess we will be talking more about sports and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So please.
So, I mean, I know, like you pointed out, Pyeongchang was, 6 years ago. It's the Winter Olympics. But right now, we have the Paris Summer Olympics going on. So, listeners, I have just a whole pile of Summer Olympic questions for you today. So, first, do you watch the Olympic competitions because of the athlete or because of the sport?
Okay.
That's question number one. And very related to question number one is number two, what Summer Olympic sport do you think is most exciting? And then finally, number three, what's a Summer Olympic sport you've never watched? Maybe if I told you the name, you wouldn't even know what that sport is.
Yeah. I'm not like a big sport guy, so I probably won't know many of the sport that you might be mentioning today.
We're going to quiz you on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably fail. But number one, do you watch the games because of the athlete or of the sport? I think I watch it mainly because of the sport.
Okay, because of the sport. So then what's an example of a sport that you're always watching?
For summer games, at least, it's the archery games.
Okay,
And
the archery. I just learned this. That's 양궁.
Yeah, 양궁. Yeah. Do you like archery games?
You know, this year is the first year that I watched archery because whenever I turn on the TV, I just turn it on to the Olympic channels. Right. And what's on? And it's always archery because I think part of the reason, Kim Woo-jin, like a ninja. Yeah. He just, bullseye.
He's
bullseye,
the one with glasses,
bullseye.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
the oldest one. Of the three.
He's definitely in his 30s.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
which is not old at all.
Not old at all, but when you have some Olympic sports where it's like they're 16, they're 19, 17, and then you have him, I think, is he 31? Anyway, very impressive. So I have been watching. Yeah. Have you also watched his competitions?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of the Yangung games per se. I haven't unfortunately watched any of the swimming ones. I watched like the highlights. But we have different time zones. Yes. Paris and Korea.
Such a hard time difference because it's like what, 7 or 8 hours?
It's my bedtime, So
that actually is our bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only games that I really stood up to watch was archery, at least for now, up until today.
So were those late? Was it like super
Usually
late?
The finals were like at 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Oh, man. Yeah, late. That's so rough, right? I always watch gymnastics, right? It's sure, America generally has good athletes in that, but even if they don't, I always watch. But they started at 1:15 a.m., finished at 3:30 a.m.
You watched it all throughout.
Yeah, so then the next day, under eye concealer, right?
Dear employer, I'll take a day off.
please understand, it's the Olympic season. Yeah, but I'm always like for the sport too, right? I always want to see a specific sport. And then for me personally, if it's something like cross country, I don't know. I don't ever watch.
Is it because it's a long duration type of sport?
I feel like that's part of the reason why it is. It's, once you start watching, you feel committed. Right. Unlike in accounting, sunk cost, like just turn it off. No, I can't. I'm committed to this. And then it's, oh man. But, I heard America won medals in women's individual foil.
Yeah, the aluminum, right?
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, is there a new Olympic cooking competition?
Exactly.
Where you gotta barbecue something on the grill with aluminum foil? Because I know people who could win that.
Wait. How do you pronounce aluminum? Is it aluminium?
That's British. Aluminum. American is aluminum.
Yeah. Right.
And Canadians also aluminum.
Aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum. But, women's individual foil, not cooking. It's actually fencing.
It's fencing.
Yeah, America has a fencing team, just like Korea.
But there's so many different fencing terminologies as well. There's saber fencing.
I imagine Star Wars, lightsaber.
Exactly.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. And then there's like epi or epee.
Epi? That reminds me of an EpiPen, like, emergency, allergy.
No. Exactly.
Is that okay?
There's so many different, I guess, subdivisions to different types of fencing games.
Right.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yes.
So,
and if you just see these specific names, like when I saw individual foil, it doesn't say fencing. Very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Very confusing.
But anyway, new information. We're learning.
We are, Okay, so what's our next? Are we going to cover our next question then?
Well, I mean, is there a sport that you find the most exciting, David?
To me, for me, I tend to watch sports games that last a short duration.
Right, like if we were watching running, this would be like 100 meter.
Like marathon. I don't think I could watch a whole duration of the marathon run. That's like 3 to 5 hours. I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
It takes a while. Maybe the winner is done in 2 to 3 hours and everybody else takes longer.
So I'm a type of guy who watches highlights, especially because of the time difference too. Highlights over the entire game. Even soccer games or football games too. I tend to watch the highlights.
Yes.
But yeah, this Olympics, like I said earlier, archery, pistol. Was it
air pistols? Air
rifles as well. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to baseball, but baseball didn't make it this summer games because of the MLB scheduling.
Oh.
Apparently they didn't want their, athletes to run for the they don't interfere with the games.
I see.
Yeah.
So then they put in golf this year.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know how I feel about that. Listeners, how do you feel about that? That was like a controversial thing. Yeah. People are like, should it be in? Should it not be in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting addition. I see we have a message from JJ Neem asking if I prefer the Super Bowl or the Olympics. Definitely the Olympics. Yeah. Because American Super Bowl... Honestly, I just went to the parties for the snacks. Because, football, I like gymnastics. Chejo.
Okay.
I love Chejo. So I root for, of course, America, but also Romanians. I love the Romanian team. Traditionally, they've had a really strong program. Simona Amanar, if you watched 1996, 2000 Olympics... Maybe not a familiar name, but I love her.
Okay.
They qualified for the final this year. And I watch swimming, but not the long races, right?
Yeah.
The Janggari, long distance.
Right.
A little too much for my patience.
But relays are pretty good to watch.
Okay. I haven't watched the relays.
Like the 100-meter relays.
Okay.
Yeah,
I watched
they're not too long.
diving. Did you watch diving?
Oh, diving.
So exciting.
So cool how some of the athletes don't make any splashes.
No splashes.
And I'm like, how do you even do that?
Yeah.
Me just dipping my toes into the water makes more splash than them diving down, right? Yeah.
Yes. It's like less splashing than, if you're at a sink washing your hands.
Exactly.
It's amazing. But synchronized swimming.
Right.
Also very exciting. But some things, long distance stuff.
Yeah.
Hard.
Long distance for anything is hard, even relationships.
That's true. Long distance swimming, long distance relationships.
Yeah.
For some people, it's just not a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, for me, like with swimming, if I watch it, if I don't watch it, I'm not really like upset either way. And I think it's because I'm a horrible swimmer. So horrible. So I have like swimming trauma. Everything except backstroke, which is Baeyang. Everything except Baeyang. Man, I sink straight to the bottom.
Just floating on your back.
Yeah.
And swimming.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, it is. It's you get to breathe air throughout the whole time.
Otherwise, if you're doing I looked it up. If you're doing Pyeongyang, which is breaststroke, or butterfly, Jeobyeong, oh man, it's like you're supposed to put your head down and not breathe, and then put it up and breathe, and then down. And I always did wrong timing, so it's like you're just drinking all the pool water.
Ew.
That's
man. Worse than beach water, like salt water.
Because you get all the chemicals. So, I mean, if you're a good swimmer, my total respect goes to you, my mulgogi 친구. I can't do it.
I actually love watching swimming, mainly because I like swimming, but I'm not good at it. And I know it takes, a good lung capacity and good, strong heart.
But you have a long torso. Isn't that supposed to be key to being a good swimmer?
So I should be good at volleyball.
Torso?
I should be good at basketball.
Oh, yeah, because you're tall.
Come on.
Yeah,
I should be a model.
You need to, have more expectations for yourself. Come on. You should be able to do all these things, allegedly.
I'm good at Baeyang as well.
Okay.
It's my most preferred method of swimming.
Right.
And just treading the water. If
doggy
that's a sport.
paddle.
Yeah, doggy paddle.
Doggy paddle.
Yeah, that's my freestyle. Doggy paddle.
Nice. The freestyle.
Yeah.
Olympics, here we come. Oh, so sad. Yeah, I was looking at medal counts, and I saw American men won the skiff and the skeet. I was like, good job. What's that? Do you know what those are? Skiff? Skeet?
No, I just know skirt. That's the only skeet thing I know. What's a skeet?
It's skiff and skeet. So skiff, I actually had to look it up because I thought it's like skateboarding, jumping, something.
Like skeeting.
No, turns out it's sailing.
Sailing.
Have you ever heard of sohyung boat?
Small boats?
Yes, but it looks like a surfboard with the sail like the size of a kid's beach towel on it. And why don't we just call it sailing?
Yeah, mini sailing.
Why is it a skiff? Is it because the boat's small, so it skiffs on the top of the water? It doesn't
it's not skimming,
sink?
it's skiffing.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, right? Skeet. Never heard of skeet?
No, never.
Skeet?
Sounds like a meerkat or something.
Do you want to know skeet in Korean?
What?
Skeet. So you really got to know what skeet means in every language. Yeah, it's a skeet sagyok.
Skeet sagyok.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people these days, they refer to the skeet as a clay disc. I think the more common name is a clay pigeon, like bidulgi.
But they don't want to associate animals and they don't want to mix that with animals, so they just call it clay discs?
Yes, I think so. But, I know our Busan city mascot, Boogie, is a seagull. But, just in case, I'd recommend he stay away from the skeet competition. Just for safety.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, safety. Yeah. Safety first. Yeah. But, I'm really curious, like, if somebody is in this competition, how do you explain it? Like, do they ask, hey, do you skeet? Or is it like, oh, are you a skeeter? Or like, oh, I can't talk right now, I'm skeeting.
Yeah.
Like what's the
term?
Verbiage? Is it a noun, adjective? What's happening here? Skeeting, skeeter, skeet.
Wrong person to ask. But we could ask the audience, our listeners, what's the terminology we should refer to? The verbs for skeet.
What should we be doing?
Yeah. Do you guys know skeeting?
Yes, do you know skeeting?
And when you are skeeting, what do you tell your friends? I'm skeeting, guys.
I'm skeeting. Okay, but for a little bit of Olympic fun, David, I want to test your knowledge on some different, not so well-known Olympic sports. And I want you to tell me what you think the sport is all about. And listeners, if David's answers start stinking it up in here, please send in your messages to help him out. Okay, first one. Here we go. What is steeplechase?
Steeplechase.
Steeplechase.
I'm thinking steeplechase is you're chasing someone up the steep hill.
Oh, so you think instead of steep hill and chase. So you think this is a track and field running?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Kind of like the king of the hill, but instead of being on top of the hill, you have to go to the hill by chasing someone up the hill. Okay,
so like uphill distance running.
Uphill distance running. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Well, it's not too terrible of a guess. It is running.
It is running.
So, equestrian?
Yeah.
The sport equestrian. So all the horses do all the work and then the people get the medals.
Right.
Right? Steeplechase. In Korean,
greedy humans.
This is 정해물 경마. It's kind of like equestrian, but with humans actually doing the work.
Oh, so they're on the horse and they're instructing them to jump certain course.
No, there's no horse. But imagine if you have that equestrian course for horses, but people do it.
Oh, so you have someone instructing.
It's like an obstacle course.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So it's 3,000 meters long, and the name steeple's like the church steeple, like the little pointy thing on the top of the church where the bell is.
Okay.
So originally it was a race from one church steeple to another church steeple because it was like tall enough that wherever you are in the city, you can look up and see that steeple. So that's where the name comes from. And of course, if you're in the city trying to run from church to church, you have to jump over fences. You have to jump over rivers. So for this race, you have hurdles that don't move. Like they're big and thick.
Parkour.
Yes.
But running.
Yes.
To a destination, and then you got to hit the bell, I guess.
There's no bell.
Oh, no bell? Okay, no bell.
But very famously, there's a water pit in this race. And it's pretty deep. It's 19 inches or 48 centimeters. And runners have to jump over it or like slog through. So that's steeplechase. So everybody watching it for the first time is generally really confused. Like, okay, we're jumping. It's kind of like hurdles, but the hurdles are big. Okay, wait, what? Why is there water? Why are we running through water? What's happening?
Yeah.
That is steeplechase.
But it is a set course for all the athletes because JJ Neem said it sounds like exploring. It's not, you're not given a huge map where you can just go through different courses or obstacles. It's a set course for everyone.
Yes, nowadays it is. So it's on the modern day track and field course, same as like the 100-meter athletes would compete on, but they add all these obstacles. But 1920s, this was, like run through the town.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, well, this next one, it's a bit more well-known, I think. What is pentathlon?
Well, I feel like if you know triathlon, you would know pentathlon, right?
Okay.
So isn't triathlon, it's like 3 different sport in one course.
Okay.
So pentathlon would be 5 different.
So what are the 5 sports?
Running, cycling, swimming. Let me see.
Running, cycling, swimming. We need 2 more.
High jumping and climbing.
Okay, you're not too far off.
Okay.
This sport was described by GQ as modern as a cave painting. So there's that. It was originally military training. So this is like things soldiers are supposed to be successful in battle with. So swimming, you got that one.
Yeah.
Fencing.
Fencing.
Right? Like the swords, because think military.
Oh.
Show jumping.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah. Yes, because my enemies will tremble with fear when they see my pretty pony jumping very nicely. What?
Yeah.
Long distance running also, and pistol shooting are included. So that's the 5 events. The penta, Korean is 군대 오종. Yeah. So, you know me, when I hear this is for military, then I feel like we need to include some of the strongest man competition in here. You know the strongest man competition?
Right.
Have you heard of this?
Right.
Right? So like who can pull a bus the farthest?
Right.
You know,
okay. I didn't think pentathlon contained or was about that. So interesting. Learning a lot today. Steeplechase and pentathlon. And maybe one more last Olympic trivia question.
You're going to love this one. What is poodle shearing?
Poodle shearing.
Yes, it's not a current sport, but it was featured in the 1900 Paris Olympics. Poodle shearing. What is it?
Listeners, let us know what poodle shearing is. And you could win a prize for next week. Well, poodle. So I'm thinking shearing is sheep shearing. So shaving the hair off the poodles.
Yes.
The fastest.
You are correct.
Okay.
Picture it. Paris.
All right.
1900. We had 128 competitors.
Yeah.
Thousands of poodles for, Aegyeon Myeong, literally shearing the most poodles in 2 hours.
My gosh. That doesn't sound like a very good competition to have.
Right. And also, why poodles? Why not Bichons, Pomeranians, Chow Chows?
It's got to be poodles.
And so many questions. I have no answers.
Shearing is the spelling Shearing. But Melissa, we are running out of time, unfortunately.
Which is a shame, because we could talk much more about poodle shearing.
For sure. and maybe of our listeners' experiences watching one.
Yes.
Yeah. Must have been very frightening, scary at the same time. Thank you, Melissa, for coming in.
It's always a pleasure.
We'll see you next week.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in as well.